Hi everybody, I'm Jen with JNT Creations and Allegory Gallery in Ligonier, Pennsylvania. Thank you so much for tuning in again today. I have another fun project for us, but before we get started, hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button if you like what we've been doing for you, and hit that little notification bell and you will be notified every time we post a new video. Without further ado, let's get started. Alrighty, so today we are going to do a really simple bracelet with SuperDuos. It's really cool, super easy to make. You can do a single, you can do a double, you can do a triple. It's just a wrap bracelet, super easy, a lot of fun. For this project, our ingredients are some soft flex. I'm using a medium. I have, let's see, what are these? These are 15-0 seed beads. And I have a Saki brass button. I have two 3mm brass, these are antique brass, crimp covers. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. And I have a cute little leaf charm because I like to put charms on them. And I already put a jump ring on there. It doesn't really matter what size jump ring you use as long as it fits. And I've already laid out my SuperDuos in a pattern to save time. And let's see, we need Crimp Tubes as well. So here they come. Here's a couple of Crimp Tubes. You don't have to have the crimp covers if you don't have them and they're hard to find. I just do not like the look of just the crimp tubes. I need covers on mine. So I have gone ahead and I have pre-cut my soft flex to the size bracelet I need, and then added about, I think I added about 5 inches just so I had some work room between the end and where we'll be crimping. So for my double, and I believe my wrists are around 7 inches. So I got about 36 inches of soft flex. We're going to fold that in half. And I usually like to leave one side longer just so I know which side I'm working on. I don't know, left and right, I keep them separate sometimes. All right, and the first thing we're gonna do is do the end, which is kind of like a buttonhole where your button is going to fasten through. And we're gonna use the 15-0s for that. So go ahead and drop a bunch down. I've already pre-measured how many I'll need to get over my button, but if you have a different size button, you are going to need to do a little testing out before you continue on with the bracelet, because once you get all of your SuperDuos on, it's going to be too late to go back and make sure that your button will go through your end. We're just dropping these everywhere. They are little. And you could use a larger seed bead if you like, if you don't like the 15-0s, if they're just a little bit too tiny for you. You could use an 11. I like the 15s because I don't like too much of a space in between my SuperDuos. Alrighty. So once you get all of yours added on there, let's go ahead and pinch that and make sure your button is going to fit through and it'll be able to latch without coming out too easily. I think we're golden there. So now I'm going to add my first SuperDuo, and we'll do a section together, and then through the magic of camera editing, we will meet you at the end so I can show you how to finish it. Once you get your pattern going, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's all just repetitive. You'll get it. So I'm going to put both of those strands through that SuperDuo because it has 2 holes. That's why it's called a SuperDuo. And then in between each one, we're going to put 1 seed bead on each side. Or at least we're going to attempt to. There we go. Throw your next one down. Add your seed beads. And this is a Picasso blend that I'm using, these SuperDuos. You can make whatever pattern you choose. I just happen to really like these colors together. This one just doesn't want to go on. This is kind of a nice sedated Christmas look too. Possibly a little southwestern. You could add some blue in there. So when you come across that, it's probably because your end is frayed. Let's try this again. This end is just being real tricky. There we go. All right. Cut that at an angle this time. Hopefully, maybe that'll help. There we go. So as you can see, it's just super repetitive, but it's going to make an amazing boho bracelet. I wear this one all the time, as some of you may recognize. I wear my bracelets until they fall off on their own. Then I make a new one. And just a little tip, always check your work after a couple of inches. Make sure that your pattern is the way that you want it. Make sure you haven't added 2 seed beads or skipped the seed beads and put another SuperDuo on. Check it every couple of inches. This way you won't get all the way done with your bracelet, check your work, and be like, oh no. We've all been there. Learn from our mistakes, right? We'll do a couple more together, and then I will see you at the end. This is what we've got going on so far. I like that. It's really a nice, sedated Christmas look. And you can make earrings out of this too. Just instead of this loop right here, you could do an attachment to an ear wire. There's lots of things you could do with that. You could also wear it as a choker necklace or a longer necklace. Just super fun. Alrighty, we will see you at the end when we're ready to finish it. All right, we're down to our last 4. Let's do this. Pattern showing again, in case you didn't do enough of it. This is where a really good neck light and your readers come in handy. Because by the end of this, you're going to be cross-eyed. Next one. So just kind of work everything down and make sure that you don't have any extra space in there. You want it not too tight so that it's going to be really rigid, but you don't want any loose spaces in there either because it'll bug you. All right. So now that we're done with that, let's go ahead and drop down one of our crimp tubes. And as you drop that, try to make sure that you keep those 2 rows separate so that they don't crisscross inside that bead, because they are going to want to. And you will be very, very unhappy if your crimp does not come out tight. Smooth out that tension one more time. See what happens when you work this down. If you pull one side too tight, you're going to get like a waffly look. So just work it, take your time, and then give your bead a nice crimp. I said a nice crimp. I don't know why that didn't crimp at all. These are not my favorite crimpers. Let's try with the smaller one. When all else fails, go back to old trusty. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Complete that crimp. I always like to go and give it an extra little squeeze there. And you're going to want to cut one side of this now. Okay. And put on one of your bead covers. Your crimp covers, rather. And when you put that on, do not close it all the way super quick. It doesn't like that. They're really thin metal and they're going to kind of try to bend out of shape. So just kind of attack it slowly from all different angles until it's closed. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and drop down another crimp tube. Drop down let's start over. Go ahead and drop down that charm. You're going to want to hook it in that little space that's left there. And then drop your crimp tube. And then go through your button. Bypass that button and go back through that crimp tube. Leave a little bit of loop there because you want that button to move. You don't want it super rigid and tight. And go ahead and crimp. There we go. And I am going to open up my jump ring now and relocate that charm. In this little space here, you see where you've got in between the crimp and that last SuperDuo. Here we go. I like that. Again, make sure that that fits really nice. And there we have a nice doubled SuperDuo wrap bracelet. That button is going to cover that other crimp, so that's why I didn't bother putting down another crimp cover. A little time consuming, but really easy, and it's worth it. Thank you so much for tuning in again today. I hope you had fun. I know I did. If you like this video, please hit the like button, share this video, hit the little bell again so that you're notified every time we post a new project, and post what you've created for us on our Facebook group, Allegory Gallery Design Challenges. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.